Why don't we bring in County Judge Executive Michael Mueller for this and just
help us with the question of the day.
There he is.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Happy to be here, gentlemen.
Good morning, Judge. How are you?
Doing well. How are you?
Let's see. So it's Happy National Hamburger Day, everybody.
It is.
Interesting.
Yeah, to everybody who celebrates. So we're going to just ask you to shout out your favorite places to get a burger in Frankfurt.
Yeah.
There's some good ones.
Yeah, and I don't want to discriminate either because I guess this is hamburger, but I think cheeseburger would apply as well.
Sure.
Right?
Technicality there.
But I just want to make sure because there is probably a National Cheeseburger Day that's in October.
The way these days go, probably.
They are. But I think we'll allow both hamburger and cheeseburger today. Right.
Yeah.
Well, downtown Frankfurt has had a big competition, didn't they? As far as best burger week?
They had Burger Week.
Who won that,
long ago.
I don't know.
I don't remember, do you?
I don't remember either. I bet maybe while we're chatting, I could probably look that up on downtown Frankfurt.
But I have to admit, I cheated a little bit this year. I went back and looked at the top 3 from last year, and that's the ones I went to eat.
That's a good strategy.
Because I don't eat many burgers, and it's not too often we eat out that much. And it's like, you know what? Let's give this a whirl.
Yeah, I know people were hot on the Grippos at Cliffside, like the Grippos burger.
You know, I think, I'm trying to remember now, I think we liked the new Delegate burger very well. And like some pimento cheese or something.
Okay.
It was pretty delicious.
I'm still trying to make it into the Delegate. And we're
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a good place. Good place.
Yeah, I haven't been either.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see
they asked you not to come, didn't they, Zach? I mean, is there a little background there?
It wouldn't shock me anymore, but there's some.
I like when Scott asks you, where are you going on trip? It was all nonchalant, just Tokyo.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like Ohio. I'm just going Tokyo for a little bit.
Just a jaunt.
Just a jaunt.
Jaunt to
over
Tokyo.
the pond.
Yeah.
That's right. We told him to gas up the private jet.
Yeah.
Head over there.
Yeah, I'm borrowing it from Taylor Swift for the weekend. So.
Nice.
RJ Corman.
Yeah, I got it. But honestly, I mean, we're talking burgers. Want to shout out Goodwood as well. That's a
Goodwood's a good
great
burger.
local option here in Frankfurt. I think a while back, I don't know if they still have it. They change up their menu as a lot of restaurants do. But I think they had like a pimento cheese, like a burger with pimento cheese on it. And that was you put pimento cheese like on anything on a menu, and odds are I'm gonna order it. So it's really good.
So let us know if you're watching on Facebook. Hit us in the comments, and if you don't do Facebook, that's okay, because we have the text machine right beside me here, 502-353-0233. I'm still a little I know this is a chain, and we're your best burgers aren't going to be in the chain, but I'm still a little put out that Steak and Shake changed it up and got rid of a bunch of stuff, and you order at kiosks, and it's like you can't really. It's American cheese or nothing, and you used to have options at Steak and Shake. Steak and Shake is good, but it's anyway. I'm also I got problems with Panera right now.
I feel a little upset.
My car blew up.
Steak and Shake moved their menu.
Yeah, honestly,
it's a bad week.
I've got beef.
You want to lay down? We can bring a couch in here.
Yeah, don't get me started on Panera last night. Panera's on the list right now.
Is it because the kiosk thing too there? Because I personally like it there.
Yeah, yes, I agree. Okay. I'm fine with the kiosk there, but that was the 3rd or 4th trip in a row where they didn't have they're just out of everything, and it was so it's 6 o'clock. Yeah. It's not 9 o'clock. It's 6 o'clock, and they're out of baguette, the free bread that comes with the soup. What are you doing? How's that possible? You're Panera.
I think it happened to us the last time we were there. They're like, no baguettes. I'm like, well, I just bought a family-sized soup then.
So at that point, you
want an apple? Yeah. No, I want a baguette.
At this point, so we've got more than just one anecdote.
Then you're not bringing me down today, Scott. I'm in a good mood, but keep going.
You start to think this is a strategy. Then, this isn't just oops.
I've never understood a Panera. You pay the same amount, but you have to do your own dishes. I'm like, figure it out. Clear your table, wipe it off. Right. I'm like, wow.
All right, so get it together.
All the important questions.
Get it together, Panera. All right. So, but we want to hear about good burgers. So there you go. Zach, did you want to give yours?
I guess I just named Goodwood. That was sort of
Goodwood.
The one
okay,
I would
all right.
go with.
It is good.
Yep.
Somebody won the burger contest? Who was it?
Porter's. Porter's. Awesome.
Porter's.
That's good.
Yeah.
I did see that Mortimer Bibbs, they won the hot brown contest from
interesting
from Derby Week. So shout out to both of those places.
Again, that's another one where it's like you have to choose wisely because you can only do so many.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, let's talk county stuff.
Yeah, important update with Lakeview Park. Yeah, we got a bunch of images
First and
this
foremost,
morning.
I'm gonna give my daughter a shout out. Today is her 21st birthday.
Oh, happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Yeah, I really woke up this morning feeling older. You know what I mean? I was like, I cannot believe my wife and I have a 21-year-old.
Yeah.
So, anyways, Lakeview Park. It's exciting. You know, we've been working on a plan for over 3 years now. And so we did that study, that firm out of Indianapolis, and we've had other companies. There's a 258-page document on our website. So phase 1, as planned, is the softball complex. So there's kind of a picture of what it's going to look like. Wow. So the existing fourplex, we'll show you some pictures in a minute. We started demolition. So that's going to go back the way it is, except the difference is all brand new, turf infields, LED lighting, moving the fences back, I think, to 220. They were at 200, so Kentucky State can use it and things like that. I want to be able to, use it to as many people as we can. And I think it's good for up to U12 baseball. So there'll be interchangeable mounds and things like that. And then the other threeplex is going on the bottom section. A lot of people know it as, where the soccer used to be. Down in that bottom area, but no one's used it in years. The only soccer we really have out there is the YMCA little kids that are up top. So it was really just land sitting there. We went back and forth about doing a fourplex and then some multi-use fields, but as the consultants kind of guided us, they're like, if you really want to bring people into your community,
get serious about it.
You have to get serious about one thing, and we're looking forward to our local leagues being able to use it. So our thought is Monday through Thursday it's open to all locals, and then on the weekends is when we're going to try to work on some economic development, and it's projected in the first year to do a return on investment of over $11 million.
That's awesome.
Between hotels, restaurants, and shops.
Yeah.
So as we're trying to, we need to get some outside money in here too to kind of generate our economy. So it's exciting.
Yeah, you think about kind of what's happening around town and in the county, and along with the paddocks. Like this is one of kind of those big anchor pieces that's like can change things around here.
Absolutely. I mean, look at what it did for E-Town. They started out with one hotel and now there's 12. What I mean? There's all that extra outside money. So it's exciting. But the one thing that we really stressed on since we started this whole thing, this is the last court and the current court, is that our locals can use it. And that's been one of the biggest complaints in some of these other communities. The locals aren't allowed to use them. It's just for economic development. And we said from the get-go, that's not why we want to do it. We want to be able to kind of two birds with one stone. So, we're excited about it.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It's a big investment. I mean, honestly, since Bob Arnold, bought the park, I can't remember what year it was. I mean, and it was a risky situation when he did it. I mean, the vote only passed like 4-3. But thank goodness. I mean, it's prime 120 acre park, and so this is really the first big thing that we're doing. And then our anticipation is once this gets off the ground, and we're going to hopefully do, break ground next couple weeks. And then we really have a vision, and we're wanting to build the biggest accessible playground in the state of Kentucky for adults and kids with special needs. So, but we're going to do a capital campaign for that.
Okay.
So once this gets off the ground, we're going to kind of shift gears and really get focused on that. So we're excited about that.
Yeah, and I think the accessibility options at the playground is such an important step. Because I do remember when the discussions were happening around Dolly Graham Park. I know they've been really praised for some of the accessibility features that they have as well. So that's really good to hear.
People can talk about it, but until you're kind of in that situation, I know years ago we were going to look at a school out west, and my wife had broke her leg and she was in a wheelchair. And so it's the first time we traveled on airplanes and everything else in a wheelchair. And it was amazing. I mean, we got a huge airport. I can't remember Chicago or where, but like the elevators were broke, and then the escalator was broke, and it's like, so what do we do now? Like we're in the middle of nowhere, you know what I mean? So luckily she could hobble on one leg, and we had to take the chair up with us. But it was really eye opening, even just getting around, certain cities and curbs and just simple things. So yeah, it's good. We're excited about
stuff
that.
you never think about otherwise.
No, absolutely.
But then kids who have disabilities are just as worthy and
absolutely
needing to play and have engagement in that way as any other kid.
Absolutely. Couldn't stress that anymore. So we're excited about that.
You guys had the flood relief concert, and how'd that go from your perspective?
It went well. I thought it went very well. We were competing with a lot of things. There's some graduations and things like that. But the retired mayor Bill May brought a lot of music people in. I can't remember that guy's name. He's somebody. I mean, they all play with like Tom Petty and Led Zeppelin. And
we had Sherry on the show.
We
had Sherry on the show just before the concert. And
it was amazing.
Like laying out where all these guys and gals
I can't keep up with it, but it was amazing. We had tons of food trucks there. We had beverages. We also had a big cornhole tournament going on. It was like a 6-7 hour tournament. There it is there. And they even did an extra round, I think, just to kind of donate some money towards the fund. So it was a great night. We had Lloyd's of London came, presented a $5,000 check. That's Pat Talley with Squire Sebastian and myself. So it was just a great night. And there was actually some people there that had gone through the floods and were in the process of trying to rebuild or not rebuild. So it was nice. There's the old Deputy Jack Kennedy. He used to sing all the time. So he came out of retirement. So
I've seen him pop up on a couple of old summer concerts.
Yeah. He's played with a Motown band, I think. So, it was just a good night.
It was a nice family event, right?
Yeah, it was a total family event. Like I said, beautiful weather. So, we're talking about doing something else, maybe bigger. But now we're looking at, with Somerset and London going through what they went through. We're thinking maybe even bigger. So maybe this fall.
Yeah.
So that's where we're looking at. So it's good. And then what else is going on in the county? We got tons of things going on. We actually have an RFP out now for affordable housing. Yeah, so that's exciting. That's due June 6th. And I know the city's looking at doing some now, and then there's a private investors. So we literally have like 3 housing projects ready to go. So which is exciting because that's one of the things we're really short on is housing, and that's all varieties of housing.
And that's something you can ask any community across the country. That's one of the top issues.
Absolutely,
is affordable housing.
And I'm appreciative of the Kentucky Housing Corporation. So this year they looked at every county, and actually Franklin County is the worst in the state. We're 4,500 units low.
Wow.
So, but they really broke it down to rentals, ownership. Low income, medium income, high income, mansions. I mean, they had numbers for everything. So it's really neat because when people think about housing, they said, we just need affordable housing. Affordable housing, well, we need all types of housing because there's a lot of people that want to move up, but they can't because there's nothing available. So
and that opens up
exactly. Yeah. So, it was a really, really good thing there. And then what else?
And then you mentioned Sports Commission.
Yeah, Sports Commission. So I'm proud of the fiscal court. That's something we've been talking about. So obviously, in order to run these facilities and do all these things, you need money. So we kind of followed the footsteps of Paducah and put a small fee on hotels, and that will start July 1. So we're excited about that, and it's going to generate quite a bit of money to help pay for a lot of these things, management companies and things like that,
and like upkeep of the softball field.
Exactly. So it's exciting. So we've been working on a whole lot of things, and now they're finally starting to come through. So that's good to see. So can't be prouder of the court. We've all worked well together, and we've kept our eye on the ball. It's easy in this job, to get distracted. There's always a lot of things, and people are pulling. And that's what we talk about with the court. We have goals, and let's make sure we meet those goals, and so we have. So it's exciting to be part of. So and then talk a little flood stuff. That's going pretty well. There's still a lot of people hurting. I mean, there's nothing can do.
It's not an overnight fix.
Yeah. So the one thing we've been working on now, there's a lot of questions about buyouts. USDA is doing a buyout program. I actually have a call today with the state. So my last piece to the puzzle is to make sure that they're willing to put their fair share in if we start doing buyouts. So I'm hopeful. The mayor and I were talking. Hopeful in about a week and a half, we're going to do another town hall just to bring the people who know all about this and who can explain it. Because like in the county, we have 6 houses alone that are condemned. And unless they're going to rebuild the bank of the river, which isn't financially feasible, It's not an option. So, but then there's some other people who are just along in the floodplain that are just like, you know what, I've had enough. Enough's enough.
Sure.
So, you know, a lot of people are talking dredging, but I think there's different ways to do that now. And actually, we have a meeting either this week or next with Division of Water to kind of talk about what we can do with the river to kind of trying to make it not happen again.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Every foot counts.
Absolutely.
And so,
Absolutely.
Yep.
So, what do y'all have for me? Got any questions for me on county stuff?
It brings a lot to mind, especially some of the housing stuff and some like the buyouts and where all that leads. But no, I don't even think I have time to.
No, and one thing I want to remind viewers that the next court meeting is on Wednesday, right? June 4th, I believe. Yep, June 4th at 5. So tune in on Facebook and YouTube for that and see.
I was sitting there thinking, I was like, what's he getting at? What's controversial?
No, not controversial. Nothing controversial.
Where is he going now? I'm sitting there going, what's on the 4th? Like,
unless you want to weigh in on some sports going on. You got any NBA teams? You got nothing there in the playoffs?
Unfortunately, I just work. You know what I mean? I focus on running the counties as well as we can.
Yeah,
so.
That's fair.
Yep.
That's fair.
So, no, things are good. And I always appreciate Frankfort Blackboard. You all are always there. You're reporting on things. You were there for the community during the flood. So I think it really shows people's true colors when we go through a disaster like we have.
Yeah. We're very proud and happy to be the conduit just for for the information to get through.
Yeah,
absolutely,
and to be able to broadcast those live meetings as well. And thankful for you and the rest of the court, and also Andrew Tippett down there for all his help and
absolutely
getting us going down there. So, but we're just happy to be able to put all the information out there for folks.
No, but as always, anybody has anything for me, reach out to me. Like I said, we're here to make this community a better place.
That's right.
It's all about working together. So. It's all good.
Thanks, Judge, for coming in and getting us caught up.